Alright guys, so I'm done with my honey-do list for the day. So now I'm on to working on the old GMC here. I couldn't find anywhere whether or not you could do bigger tires on this little Harbor Freight tire machine. I tried looking everywhere, and I just said, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to pick one up and be done with it and try it out. So I'm going to go ahead and see if we can mount and unmount. I'm just going to use this same old tire because I just want to see if I can do it. I haven't ordered my new tires for the truck yet, so before I do and have them shipped here, I just want to see if it's possible to do these tires on this little tire machine. Alright, let's get to it. Make sure this thing's tight. I also only have 2 anchors in on this, which is obviously not ideal. But my other 2 anchors, I don't know if I just drilled them down too much or what happened, but they wouldn't stick. So, 2 anchors, I don't know, should do it. We'll find out, I guess, right? Anyways, let's split the air out. So I'm a redneck on the farm. I just took a 1/4-inch bit out of my driver's set and cut a little slit into it. I don't know if you can see that or not with a grinder. And it works. Take valve stems out. So. By the way, these rims, as you can tell, are very old. This is just a farm truck. It's not even on the road. So I'm not worried about scratching up the rims at all. If you are worried about scratching the rims, don't do this. This tire machine will eat up a rim. I have them smaller tires with it, even aluminum tires, and if you do it right, you can maybe get a little bit of a nick in the clear coat, and that's it. So for me, that's fine, because all my vehicles are kind of like beaters. But these, I'm not worried about. It could tear all the paint off of it, and it doesn't bother me. It's an old farm truck, just sitting around the farm. That's it. That's the top bead. I got the top bead broken. And now, I will say that was a lot harder than any of the other tires I've had to do. It was flexing this thing pretty good. So I don't know how many of these you'd be able to do with this, but now let's just keep rolling. These are a pretty aggressive tire, although they are very old and very worn. So the sidewall is probably a little softer than like a brand new tire, but I don't see it being that much softer. That actually wasn't that bad on the backside there. Alright. So far so good. Alright. We're off. Bead broken. Not bad. I'll take it. Well, so far so good. So I have used this on smaller tires before, so a little bit of experience in what works and what doesn't work with this little thing. This is not recommended. Obviously, if you drive your vehicle on the road, get some tire lube. But I've done this on my own vehicles. Choose WD-40 or PB Blaster works really well. To take it off, I usually just like coat it, try to get it real soft. Then when I put the tire on, I'll actually take a rag and I'll just coat the rag a little bit and just go around the very edge. I haven't had a problem, even with my my truck that I do keep on the road. I also do the same thing with that. I'm not telling you to do it, just for me it's worked. All right. There's the front side. There's the back side. It's a little bit a long way. Now, set this up, put our little lug. Alright. So, this is how you would set this on here. You see you got a little bar here that goes through one of your lug nut holes. And then what you end up doing, I'm going to use some rags, and I'll put some rags down first. But that goes on. It's just a little starter piece. And then you take this head here, throw it on, and you screw it down and you tighten it up. It's pretty simple. Like I said, I'm going to put some rags down first just to help a little bit. I know it's going to chip up this rim, but I'm really not too worried about it. I think we'll be okay. you guys back down here. How the hell did I have this thing? I guess like that, huh? There we go. Sorry, don't mind my camera situation, it's a little funky, but it should do. Alright, I guess let's do this. I'll take this guy, double it up over there, push that in the center. Just like that. And then where's my other rag? The other rag is somewhere right here. Lay that one over the top here. So, center in. And then we'll take this guy and we will tight enough for me. Alright, let's get started. Shove our bar in. So you want to take this part of the bar here that's notched with a, it's got a little notch upwards. You want to stick that side in and down, and that'll help you pull it up over. What else was I going to say? I don't remember. Oh, you also want to make sure that the back side of the tire here is at least down somewhat in the drop center when you do this. So you can kind of push on it while you pull on this, and it'll start to almost fold itself over. So that's what we'll do. Alright, right there. Now, let's see. We can do this. Oh, alright. Well, we got it started. I kind of figured that wasn't really going to work for this one, but I have these tire spoons here. Also bought at Harbor Freight. There's a large style, a bigger style, and a smaller style. I got one of each. Honestly, I use these more than I do that bar, and it's so much easier. So what we'll do is we'll grab that, and we will fall on my face. Try to get under there. I'm gonna try to pull that up. Alright. A little bit too much of a light. There we go. We'll go on the other side here. And we will, boom, top beads off. Hey. Alright, so that works. That's cool. And then we'll set the bar back in the same way for the top bead. And this is not going to be easy, but let's do this here. Alright, and then we'll try to get this same thing started here. If you can get it started, you just use regular bars. Save yourself a lot of time and headache. But getting it started, it is kind of nice to have this bigger bar that they supply you with. Actually, this is kind of working. Hey! Imagine that. We're off, guys. Not Not too shabby. I'll take it. It got it off. And this does have a TPMS sensor, so I start at my TPMS sensor and work it around. And then when you're putting it on, you want to work opposite of the TPMS sensor. So there's that. Wow, that actually was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I got lucky. Alright, actually I think I might, because this has a lot of outside wear on it, I think I'm going to flip it. And we'll put it on the inside. Just because, just why not? Grab a rag here. Coat this. Get it all coated up. Nice and oily. Alright, let's see what happens. Alright. So what I usually do, try to manhandle this on the best you can. You kind of start it like that at an angle. And then a lot of times, not always, I won't say always, but a lot of times, you can pop this on there by just working it back and forth. Not always, but a lot of times you can. Just like that. Not the easiest thing in the world, but definitely not the hardest either. Alright, so far so good. Now I'm going to cheat here, because I don't care about these rims. I'm going to cheat. I take a pair of vice grips, and I clip them on one side, just to help keep me in the drop center. Just easier for me, I guess. I think I want to work this way. So we'll take these, drop it down just so we can get them in there, and we will wipe that down. That's a little loose. Oh, that's a little tight. That's a little tight. Ah, there we go. That's about right. Now, I do like to use this bar to get it started. Same way as putting it on, but use the opposite end of the bar. And it says that you're supposed to use this side of the bar facing down and this cup in the rim, the edge of the rim, like so. I can never get it to work that way, but if I flip it upside down, it usually works. So, I don't know. If you get it started, you can pull, you at least get it pulled up against the drop center, but it'll sit right on top of it. You can just push down a little bit. When you're pushing down, just keep pulling the bar. Alright. Now this bar, I can never get it to stay, like it's always rotating on you. You can never get it to stay flush. So I use another pair of vice grips, clamp it on there, and at least you can somewhat help yourself keep it from rotating on you. Because if it rotates, it slips off the bead, and it just becomes, you'd start all over. But if you put a pair of vice grips on there, you can usually get a little bit further. I have yet to successfully use this bar to put a tire on all the way. I don't know if it's just the tires that I'm doing or what. I've seen people just like whoop, swing this thing right around and it goes right on, and I just don't understand how, because I have yet to do it. But once you get it really close, you just use the bar one time and pop it over. And that's it, we're complete. Alright, that's about as far as she's going to go because she's starting to pop out. So I'll take a bar here and I'll push down on the bead. It'll release this bar, kind of set that on the ground, and I'll grab my other tire spoon here. Actually, I'm just going to swap these because this one seems to work better now. Now, just really small bites. You know what I mean? Just real small bites. If you try to take too big of a bite, it'll either tear the sidewall, or you'll just sit there fighting yourself for 45 minutes and end up crying. Once you get really close, a lot of times, if you just press down and just let it slowly move, just slowly let it work itself. Like if the tire's slowly moving, let it slowly move. This one doesn't seem like it's going to do it. But I'm on the very last bite. So I'm going to take my flat end of this, and I'm going to stick it under with the cup side just a little bit downward. I'm going to stick it under there, and we're going to try to get to the other side of the room, which I just got it. And we're just going to peel it over, and it should be good. Just let it slowly work. Don't ever force the tire. It'll go when it's ready. You can kind of watch it and see what I'm talking about if you ever are doing this. Boom, see, right there. That's it. Instead of 33, 12 and a half, 20 mud tire on a Harbor Freight tire machine. I'll take it. Sweet. Alright. All that's left to do now is air it up. Boom. I usually run these at about 40 psi. Put my valve stem back in. That's it. Tire is fully done. We unmounted it, and then we flipped it over so that the wear was more on the inside, and then we remounted it. And this is a 33 12 and a half mud tire. I've never done this on this machine before, and I was expecting a lot more of a fight. I've had 16-inch tires give me more of a fight. So I don't know if I just got lucky with this tire and rim combo or what exactly, but it really wasn't that bad. I mean, I just taking my time and kind of enjoying the work, if that makes any sense. Anybody out there that actually works on cars for a living, you know what I mean. Instead of rushing around trying to get a job done, take it nice and easy and just want to enjoy the job. It's a big difference. Alright, well that's it. Let's see. There you go. There you have it. 33, 12.5, 20 mud tire on a Harbor Freight manual tire changer. Actually wasn't that bad. Thanks for watching.